Hello everyone, the Victoria's here and welcome back to another SDF tutorial. And the purpose of this video to compare a traditional modeling technique via the SDF modeling technique. Kind of what is the approach in the case of this lovely candle holder that I have. This is quite an old candle holder and I took a photo of it. So what would you do if you were to model it via traditional methods? Let's turn off these modifiers. You would create a curve. In this case, this one is a mesh, actually, nothing special, just some points with some curves, and obviously with some lines between to it, and then you would apply a screw modifier which turns around, and then you would apply a subsurf modifier, and you've got a nice candle holder. This is easy to do, not much time to take, straightforward, done. Okay, so awesome. But why the hell? But what is the benefit of modeling this with some SDF technique? Is there any benefit to it? To be honest, I'm going to tell you upfront, no. It's an insane idea to model this SDF, but I think this is kind of the perfect example how the thinking is different when you are modeling with an SDF technique. So with the traditional method in this candle holder scenario, we are focusing on the outlines of the object or the cross-section of the object, if you will, or more precisely, the half of the cross-section of this object. But when it comes to SDF modeling, what you should think about, how can I put together this with this shape, this overall shape with Boolean operations, with this mathematical SDF modeling technique allows us to do. So what my experience is that sometimes one can, I think, model in this scale as well with CSDF. It's not a problem. However, I think it's easier to model if I scale this by 10. Because we don't have to write two small values into certain areas. And what I would like to do is to make sure that in the viewport display, it's in wire mode so that I can use this more easily as a reference. And we already have an SDF folder because I think I copied this from my practice file. And when it's come to ConjureSDF, you need the Blender 3.3 version, which you can download from the Blender Foundation's website. And then you have to install the add-on in the usual way. You can download it from the Blender Market or Gumroad, and it's a paid add-on, but not necessarily too expensive in my opinion. So you can install it in the usual way, and the first thing you should do is add a CSDF root. And by the way, there is an excellent introduction tutorial in the description below, so I feel unnecessary to go into more details when it's come to the installation. So we have this CSDF root, and now we can add some CSDF primitives. So let's grab. So first of all, let's start with the top. What is the shape that it's kind of have you in your mind? Um, for me, it's kind of like an ellipsoid. And first of all, let's switch to Conjure Vision. And let's grab this lovely red matte cap, because I think with this, it's easier to see. Because when it's come to SDF, in the normal viewport, this is what you see, but you have to be in the render view to be able to see this object. So let's move it up and let's try to figure out let's move it up, and you know what, let's move this candle holder in front, or more precisely, okay, I moved it to the side. GY. So basically we can see what sort of shape do we have here. I think maybe I should increase the size and decrease this. I am just guessing here, so kind of trying to match this curve of this object. Let's increase the subdivision just a tad. And trying to figure out, it won't necessarily be exactly the same, but I am going to try to match this red side, and obviously I won't need that much white in the y-axis, so let's grab the properties, and there is this ConjureSDF area here. I usually put it up here so that I can see, and you can enter the dimensions here manually as well. So the x is 14, let's make the y 14 as well, or if we want to be precise, we can do it precisely. I do apologize if you are hearing my washing machine, but for the time being it's running. So I think this is kind of cool. I am liking this shape. And what about these areas? I mean, this is cylindrical shape, right? In the top. So let's deselect this. There is an interesting feature in ConjureSDF that it is it has this parenting feature, but sometimes I find this can cause problems, so I prefer to make sure that I am adding stuff when there is nothing selected. Basically, this is kind of what I'm trying to get. And I think I am going to reduce the bevel, Bevel is this rounding when it's come to the cylinder. And let's make it a bit smaller. And now I could select this ellipsoid, and actually it is kind of cool if it's selected like so. If it's this side is open too, because unfortunately here you cannot select things. I kind of hope that this will change in the future. So nest under active, the cylinder becomes a child of this ellipsoid, and I can make it to intersect with this ellipsoid. And in this way, I can have this cylindric shape here. And in fact, I can reduce this ellipsoid quite a bit with this cylinder. Okay, let's have it here. And also, what is this shape remind us? This is, let's select nothing. This is a cone, if I would find it. Capped cone. Yes, indeed. Let's grab this and this. And let's make the whole thing smaller. And I'm going to reduce the bevel. In fact, I am going to turn off the bevel for now. And I am going to try to kind of match, and this blending strength, let's reduce it too. And I think I want to make this one smaller. And the top radius is quite big, so maybe I should increase it, but I can do it comfortably here. I'm trying to match these brownish areas with this thing. And now the question is, do I want to be like precise or not? Maybe I should be precise. And I think it's more convenient to like reduce the size a bit. And also that is a, let's reduce the minimum size to 0.1 centimeters, because 1 centimeter, no, well, I don't know, let's reduce it by half. It's a bit hard when one is modeling like 10 times scale, but let's have it like so. And then let's increase the top radius, and let's increase the height a bit. So it kind of matches this shape here. And let's save, of course. And now let's try something interesting. Let's grab, let's say, let's unselect this one. Let's add a cylinder here, a small one. Let's turn off the bevel. Let's turn off the bending. I don't think it's necessary, because there is like an interesting feature. Let's make it then a negative shape simply. And let's increase the radius. And I think this could work, I think. So let's check the radius x is around 14. Then it should be around 11. Yeah, I think I like this. Let's what the hell is going on here? What is this weird thing here? Maybe it's too close. I don't know. But that's kind of interesting. Maybe it's too close to the edges. Yeah, maybe what I should do is maybe, you know what? Let's just leave it like this. It's fine. And what I would like to do is grab this cap cone and duplicate it. This is also a very cool way of modeling in SDF tools in general, because if something is in place, you just duplicate it and change the shape. You can change the shape, you can do all sorts of things, and change, for example, the blending mode. And let's make it like a negative shape. Yeah, I think this part is a bit of a struggle, to be honest, to figure this one out. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I think I am kind of liking this. Now we have to create some sort of little thing at the top, which kind of like sorry, the English word cannot come to my mind. My English is not my native language, so I do apologize, but you will understand it in a second. So let's grab this cylinder. It doesn't really matter, just one that is at the a good location, and let's make it a union, and let's put it like so. And in fact, maybe I should unnest this, because what I intend to do is to scale it up. The strength is just 0.1. And solidify in this case, it doesn't really work. I think not even in this case, this inset mode. Or maybe it works in this way. No, I don't think so. Well, I could create a shape, but I'm not sure this is what am I after. So I am going to stay what I already created. And let's duplicate this cylinder and make this second one a bit smaller. And let's nest under active, and this guy should be a negative cylinder. And let's make it larger. And I think I should have reduced the height. Because this is just a decoration here, so let's increase the I don't need this solidify anymore. Let's try to figure out so that it would match. And let's increase cylinder a bit. So we've got this nice outer rim at the top part. So I think the top part is now looking okay. Let's see how we can move forward. So let's select nothing and let's add a cylinder. And let's make it quite narrow. And let's make sure that it doesn't ruin the top shape. Let's make the bending strength 001. And I think I'm going to turn off the bevel because I think we don't really need this. Let's increase the size a bit. Yeah, I am kind of liking this. And now let's turn on the selectivity. And now let's see what happens if I add a torus here. How this is going to work out. Okay, so the major radius should be quite small. Let's move up a bit this guy. Let's reduce the strength. Let's choose 002 or 004 maybe. And let's decrease this size a bit. Maybe it's just 003. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I think the larger the better. Okay. I am kind of liking this. Let's duplicate this torus, and let's increase the size of it. And you know what? Let's try if I increase this strength. Can I have some nice blending here so that I would have this shape? Let's duplicate this. And let's reduce the blending of this guy. Well, this is kind of an interesting shape here. Maybe if I increase the blending a bit, what that gives. Yeah. Yeah, I think I am liking this shape overall. So this is cool, but now we have another ellipsoid shape, I guess. And maybe it's best if I just... Oh yeah, now this is the problem. I think I forget to deselect something. And now some of these toruses became a child of this cylinder, which means they are going to move together, but this is unwanted because I need to move this independent up, independent of these toruses. So let's grab and this and let's clear all of these parents, because I don't want them to be parenting in Blender's way. I just want them to be parented in CSDF. And let's move this guy up. And maybe I can reduce the diameter just a bit, or the radius, I should say. And now let's, you know what, let's use another technique. Let's shift this, and the magic of CSDF and generally all of the SDF tools that you can change the type. So let's make it an ellipsoid. And in the preferences, there is this add-ons, CSDF. If you check this key primitive scale, then it tries to match the scale of the changed primitive, which is a really nice feature. But as you can see, we have a bit of an issue here. So let's try to match the curvature of this ellipse. Let's see if we can create some nice curvature that matches this curve here. Okay, that is looking... Is this looking awesome-ish or not? I don't know. I think I can get this bottom half, but not the top half. Because if I move it down to get the top half, I wouldn't get the bottom half. But let's go from top to bottom. And I think what we need is, let's shift this guy and make it to be a cube. And I'm going to do some intersect operation, and let's check if the X radius and the Y radius has to be the same for this guy. And let's grab this cube and let's make it this ellipsoid O1 nest under active, and then let's make it an intersect, and let's see how that is going to work out for us. Maybe I should grab a cylinder. Let's make it a cylinder. Maybe that might give me a better result. I have no idea. Because what I need is some gentle curve from here to here. And let's see if I bevel this ellipse, what does this gives me. And if I increase the blending strength, maybe to 0.05, can I have this nice curve? Let's reduce the bevel. I think the problem is with this torus. I think this guy has to be bigger. And let's see if I can create a nice curvature, and it doesn't seem to be the case. Let's see if I can move this ellipsoid a bit up. No, I think, let's see if I increase this quite a bit. Yeah, and then let's move this down. I think this is as close as I could get. Okay, now let's continue. Now here is a bit too high, so I think I am going to, why can't I? What have I done? Okay, nothing, hopefully. Let's reduce the height and let's move this up. Yeah. Okay, let's be okay with this shape, and let's duplicate this ellipse, and let's move this up, and let's duplicate this cylinder and unnest it, and let's grab this ellipsoid too and nest under active, and let's check the CSDF root is fine as a parent. Let's move this down. Let's increase the height. And now let's move this ellipse around. so that it would fit sort of kind of this curve. Maybe I should increase the height. No, not really. Let's undo this because the starting shape was pretty good, I think. Yeah, let's talk with this and let's check. So the radius is okay, but there is this weird gap between these shapes. Yeah, I think I should increase the cylinder's diameter. And I think what I should do is, let's hide this reference here. Let's turn off this blending. Or maybe I can leave this because I can shift this down, this intersecting cylinder. And it's not perfect. If I turned off this strength, let's see if this improves something. Yeah. Or maybe just add just a little. This sort of tangent forms is really hard to, really hard to control. Seriously hard. Maybe I should increase this back and decrease the diameter. Yeah. Let's copy this value to the y. Yeah. Maybe I should increase the bending after all. Well, this is not perfect, as you can see. This is hard to create this curve that we have. And now I actually ruined it, basically, because this should come here like this. So I don't know really what I can do here. What I wonder if I would add this cylinder here. Oh, this got this big beaver. Let's say if I would add, let's grab this ellipsoid one, nest under active, and let's grab this one next on nest under active. No, on nest, and nest under active, and this would be the intersect. This would give me the same problems, right? Yeah. This is kind of interesting. So I have to have this blending here. Hmm. To be honest, I don't really know how to solve this problem because it doesn't really seem to work. Nothing seemed to work here. Oh. So yeah, this is kind of a disadvantage when this shape is kind of not really symmetrical. But let's continue. Let's duplicate this and move it down. And what if I would increase? I think this one is not working. But I think this could be a solution. Maybe I should decrease the size. Oh, this, if I decrease the bevel, yeah. And then again, this is kind of like a not ideal solution. So let's grab this torus here and let's move it down. Let's decrease the sizes. Let's decrease the beaver strength a bit. And you know what? What happens? Oh, let's unnest this torus and move this down. This is this cylinder 7. Let's increase this radius. Oh, this looks nice. Let's increase the minor radius. And let's duplicate this guy here. And let's decrease this beaver strength so that I can add some extra interest to this area. Let's duplicate this guy and let's move it here. And what I am thinking is that I can duplicate this cylinder and let's make it a bit smaller. Oh, let's reduce the bevel. let's reduce this strength too. Yeah, this not quite fits. Let's see if I can move this down a bit. Let's decrease the minor radius. This might help. Okay. And let's grab this cylinder and duplicate it. And let's yeah, well, if I decrease this one, maybe I should increase the strength here. Can I create this nice curvature? Or the other thing I can do, what if I create a capped cone here and make it larger, and yeah, I think I better decrease the top radius here. Let's increase the scale, but yet again a bit reduce top radius. Let's grab this thing here like so, and yeah, let's decrease the top radius a bit. And what I wonder if I can like grab some toruses here. Let's say shift this guy and make it large and make it a negative thing here. Does this help? Yeah, something like this is what I am like thinking about. Something like that. This is not perfect in any shape or form, but maybe it helps. And let's duplicate this guy and make it a much smaller and much more thinner. Yeah, maybe I should make it a bit bigger. Yeah, I think now I've got this shape here. Now let's make it a much more thinner. Let's decrease the strength. Okay, let's duplicate this. Yeah, and I think this big torus, maybe I should increase this radius. Yeah, it's pretty tough to figure out this curvature because this is like so hard to see. Hmm. How large could this be? Like this big? Hmm. And now in this way, oh, I've got the curvature that I want now, but it's taking away too much. So I think let's add a cube here. And let's make it intersect with this torus. So that it would cut away only what needed to be cutted away. Yeah, I guess let's undo this. This guy here. Maybe, what if I make it an add shape here instead of removing and reduce the strength? Yeah, I think I kind of like that better. Yeah, this looks good. This part is looking now good. And we have this guy, we have this guy. And I think I am going to add another one of these. And let's increase the minor radius as well here. Just so that these shapes would be present. And I think I need another one of these here. And let's increase the bending this time, just so that it would be a bit smoother. Okay, let's duplicate this. And let's make it a negative shape. However, I just want to remove a little. Oh, let's reduce the strengths. Let's see what that gives us. Okay, I kind of like this. So let's duplicate this one here. Maybe I should move this to the bottom. So this one is a negative shape. Let's increase the bending maybe. Or perhaps not. Yeah, I think something is odd here. Let's increase this. Yeah, this way it gives us a bit better result. Yeah, let's stay with this. Where is this cap cone? Let's see if I can maybe just a bit adjust here. And I need to add, let's add a cube with no bevel. As a negative shape, and let's see if I can get some nice rounding here. Maybe this rounding is a bit too nice. Oh, this is looking good. Yeah. So this is the end result of this experiment, this crazy idea. Some parts are looking good. Here are some problems. I think. No, not really. Okay. This is okay. This is the major part that is wrong here. I think if this shape could be generated with one ellipse instead, then maybe it could have worked. But generally speaking, so you are adding and subtracting shapes. This is how you are modeling this candle holder, and you can convert this to a mesh, but the topology is not going to be like this one's topology. So this is going to be much worse. But you know what? Now that we are talking about, let's do it as well. And then we can compare. There is a bug with ConjureSDF because it forgets if it installed the modern GL. But let's install it and let's add the bounds here. So it doesn't take too much time to convert this. Let's do this on the side as well. Okay, cool. We have the bounds. And let's go with the default density. Let's see what that gives us. Okay, let's clean up mesh chunks. There is no need to use the word mirror. Actually, I can remove this. And let's move this aside. It lost some details. I think probably we need some. It lost a lot of details. Probably we need some higher resolution. But if you look at the geometry, as you can see, it's a nightmare. In theory, I saw a video where someone cleaned this CSDF mesh such way that it preserves some topology, but this mesh generation part is an issue. But as you can see, the logic. So this exercise was to kind of show you how you can think when it's come to modeling with using the SDF technology or philosophy, if you like. And I hope you like this demonstration. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, because that I intend to create videos regularly. And see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.